Welcome back to the channel. Today's exciting video where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and numismatics. And in particular, we're going to talk about a coin that has taken the attention of collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts all over the world. The 1976 1-cent USA coin that has been claimed in certain cases to be worth as much as $65 million, far more than its humble 1-cent face value. And in this video, we will unravel why such a small copper coin could possibly be linked with such astronomical value, what errors, mistakes, and mint mark anomalies could make it so incredibly special, and why the buzz around error coins from the mid-1970s, including the bicentennial period, has fueled so many stories, legends, and genuine auction results that sometimes defy imagination. So let us take a long, engaging journey into every possibility, angle, and explanation surrounding the 1976 1-cent coin, because at first glance, it looks like any ordinary Lincoln Memorial cent from that year, minted in huge numbers in both Philadelphia and Denver, with circulation strikes and proof strike from San Francisco. But upon closer inspection, the world of minting errors shows us a completely different dimension where a coin struck in the wrong way, with double dies, off-center strikes, missing details, unusual planchets, repunched mint marks, or wrong compositions can skyrocket in value beyond what any casual spender could ever guess. And that is where the story of a cent being linked with $65 million emerges, as collectors speculate about unique one-of-a-kind specimens that slip through the tight controls of the U.S. Mint, yet survive long enough in private hands to become treasures. And when we think of 1976, we also remember it as the bicentennial year of the United States, a year filled with patriotic celebrations, commemorative coinage for quarters, half dollars, and dollars, but not for the cent, which maintained its familiar design featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Yet the hype and attention on coins in general during that year may have made any error cent stand out even more. And if we look carefully at the factors that could make such a coin so valuable, we start with double die errors, where the design elements such as the lettering, the date, or Lincoln's profile appear doubled due to a misalignment in the hubbing process. And these double dies, especially when dramatic and visible to the naked eye, are highly sought after. And then there are off-center strikes, where the planchet was not properly seated in the coining chamber, causing part of the design to be missing and leaving a blank crescent of metal, with dramatic off-centers being far more valuable. And then we have broad strikes, struck without a retaining collar, leaving the coin spread out larger than normal, or wrong planchet errors, where cent design could accidentally be struck on a dime planchet, or even a foreign coin planchet, which happened occasionally due to the mint striking coins for other countries. And such wrong metal errors are some of the most prized, fetching tens of thousands of dollars in auctions. And if we imagine a 1976 cent struck on a silver planchet or an experimental aluminum planchet, its rarity could indeed drive the value into the millions. And another possibility comes from mint mark errors, especially repunched mint marks, where the D or S was punched more than once, leaving visible traces of overlapping marks, or misplaced mint marks where the punch was accidentally placed in an unusual position. And while mint mark errors are often smaller in value, extreme or unique examples can become legendary. And the conversation about a $65 million cent also ties into the mythology of the 1943 copper cent and the 1944 steel cent, coins struck on the wrong planchet that today sell for hundreds of thousands to millions, depending on condition. And while the 1976 cent does not have such a famous pedigree, speculation abounds that unique, unreported errors could exist, maybe a coin struck on a leftover silver planchet from commemorative issues, or a cent accidentally struck with doubled obverse and reverse dies, so extreme it becomes a one-of-a-kind rarity. And in the world of numismatics, rarity combined with condition and demand can push prices to incredible heights, especially when collectors with deep pockets compete, and stories of coins being discovered in change jars, old drawers, or inherited collections only fuel the imagination, making ordinary people dream that the penny in their hand could secretly be worth millions. And in discussing the 1976 cent, we cannot ignore the role of condition, because even without dramatic errors, Coins in pristine, uncirculated red condition, graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, can command thousands, and proofs with cameo or deep cameo designations add further premiums. But when an error combines with gem condition, the multipliers in value are enormous, and the potential jumps from thousands to millions, which explains why a $65 million claim, while extraordinary, has some traction in discussions, especially when compared to art auctions or rare collectibles where wealthy buyers sometimes pay beyond what seems reasonable. And one must also think about the role of myths and viral stories, because the internet era has taken tales of rare coins and magnified them, sometimes blending fact with exaggeration. So while not every claim of a $65 million penny is backed by auction records, the discussion itself attracts attention, curiosity, and excitement, and keeps collectors examining their change. And this fascination with error coins also teaches us about the minting process, how precision machinery, dies, hubs, and planchets all must align perfectly. Yet human oversight and mechanical glitches create mistakes that today become treasures. And as we analyze the 1976 1 cent further, we should explore doubled ear varieties on Lincoln's portrait, die cracks forming raised lines across the coin, cuds where parts of the die break off, leaving missing chunks of design, struck through errors where foreign material like grease or wire interferes during striking, all of which produce unique coins, and each variety is cataloged, studied, and sought after. And with the bicentennial spotlight on coins in general, even cents with minor quirks may have been noticed and preserved, whereas in other years they might have slipped by. And the 1970s were also a time of experimentation at the mint, with discussions about composition changes, aluminum cents being tested earlier in 1974, meaning that stray experimental planchets could in theory have been left around. And if a 1976 cent was struck on such a planchet, its rarity would be beyond compare. And in considering the $65 million valuation, we must understand it as both a symbol of ultimate rarity and as a narrative that drives collectors' dreams, because even if no coin has yet sold for that exact amount, the potential of unique rarities combined with bidding wars means the sky is the limit. And as with all collectibles, the coin is only worth what someone is willing to pay, and in the right auction, with the right story, and with wealthy collectors seeking ultimate bragging rights, even a 1 cent coin could achieve prices normally reserved for paintings or sculptures. And that is why the 1976 cent story continues to spread, encouraging treasure hunts, garage sale searches, and roll hunting among hobbyists who know that within billions of coins, there are still undiscovered gems. And beyond the pure monetary aspect, coins like the 1976 cent remind us of the blend of history, art, and chance. As a coin that cost almost nothing to make can end up symbolizing a fortune, a piece of American history, and a testament to how human error can transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. And so, as we reflect on this legendary coin, remember that whether or not a $65 million cent is ever confirmed, the thrill of possibility keeps the hobby alive, connects people across generations, and turns everyday pocket change into a potential window to the past and perhaps to unimaginable wealth.